The history of South Korea is closely related to the history of the entire Korean peninsula, which has more than 2,000 years of history. Ancient history. The Korean peninsula has been inhabited since ancient times. The first states on the territory of modern Korea began to form at the beginning of our era. The most famous of these early states were Goguryeo, Baekje and Silla, the three kingdoms that fought for dominance on the peninsula. Finally, in 668, the kingdom of Silla united the peninsula under its control. The age of Goryeo and Joseon. After the fall of the Silla dynasty, it was replaced by the state of Goryeo 9181392, from which the modern name Korea originated. It was a time of cultural and economic development. In 1392, Goryeo was replaced by the Joseon Dynasty, which existed until the end of the 19th century. During this period, Korean culture, including writing hangul, flourished. However, the country also faced internal and external threats, such as Mongol and Japanese invasions. Colonial period. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Korea faced growing pressure from Japan, China and Western powers. In 1910, Korea was annexed by the Empire of Japan and remained under Japanese colonial rule until the end of World War II in 1945. This period was very difficult for the Korean people. There was forced assimilation, suppression of culture and exploitation of resources. Division of Korea. After the end of World War II, the Korean peninsula was divided into two zones of occupation. The northern one, under the control of the Soviet Union, and the southern one, under the control of the United States. This led to the creation of two states in 1948. The Democratic People's Republic of Korea (DPRK) in the north and the Republic of Korea in the south. Tensions between the two states led to the Korean War 1950–1953, which ended with the signing of a truce, but not a peace treaty, which left the Korean peninsula formally at war. Post-war South Korea. South Korea went through a period of political instability, military coups and authoritarian rule after the war. However, starting in the 1960s, the country began rapid economic development, which was called the Korean economic miracle. South Korea has turned from a poor agrarian country into one of the world's leading industrial powers. Modern period. In the late 1980s, democratic reforms began in South Korea, which led to the establishment of a stable democracy. Today, South Korea is a developed democratic state with one of the largest economies in the world, known for its high technology, culture including the K-pop phenomenon, as well as active participation in international affairs. South Korea continues to face challenges related to North Korea relations, security issues, and domestic policy. Nevertheless, the country remains an important player on the world stage and an example of successful development in the post-colonial period.